As we approach the end of 2022, multifamily deals are becoming extremely difficult to execute. What can sellers do right now to help facilitate some of these transactions?
Yeah, I mean, I think number one is at the property level, right? So if your buyer is trying to get a Fannie or Freddie loan, it needs to be 90% occupied for the last 90 days. So that's number one. You got to keep the occupancy up. You got to keep the rents at sort of the level. You don't need to be pushing, $200, $300 lease trade outs, but you do need to be keeping the market rate similar to what you had previous. So that's number one at the property level. Number two, I would say, work with that buyers, lenders, underwriter to make sure that you're getting all the information to them, so that they can get through underwriting and get the deal locked and closed on the loan side. And so property operations is number one. Number two is some of these buyers are going to be coming back for potential retrades. So if their debt ends up getting retraded higher for whatever reason, if they're using a bridge loan, for example, then that might be a challenge that you have to deal with. And so you have to make the decision as a seller. All right, am I going to sell to this guy who sort of already has hard money in the deal and they can close, or do I want to take it back out to the market in 2023? And the last thing I would say for sellers is you might be in this deal a little bit longer, right? So we're seeing sellers stay in the deal maybe as a limited partner if the buyer can't raise all the equity on these deals.
What about seller financing? Is that something that you're seeing, or?
Seller financing, I would say more so on maybe smaller deals. So we just pulled up on a 32-unit deal right here, and on these smaller deals that might be anywhere from $3 to $4 million, potentially the seller could carry a note if they paid all cash, let's say, for example, on the deal. But it is a little bit harder if they already have an existing loan. Fannie and Freddie aren't going to want a second mortgage behind them.